My Meta-U students often ask me when it's all going to end. They aren't talking about the world. They're describing their longing for harmony, the perceived search for enlightenment. So let's clear up the misconception that there is a state of experience in this dimension in which you stop having, well, experiences. Most of the time, if you ask yourself that same question, and I know that you do, you are referring to the comparison you make between your life and the life of someone who looks like they have it all. Or if you are especially spiritually minded, you might be comparing yourself to Jesus or Buddha or some being you refer to as an ascended master. What is missing in the comparison study is a relationship with or understanding of the societal framework in which the person lived. Take Jesus, for example. He was asked by his family not to preach in their village, was castigated by the priests in the temple once they got over their awe at how much he knew, was hounded by Roman soldiers looking out for him to make the wrong move, had no place to eat, didn't ever know where the next meal was coming from, had nowhere to take a shower, and in the midst of it all, was constantly accosted by the lowly poor and diseased hoping for a cure. Rather than looking only at the glorified version of Jesus that the churches prefer to offer, examine the life of a self-proclaimed rabbi in Jerusalem at the turn of the century. Or take Buddha, gave up riches beyond measure and the joys of family life, begged for alms in the street, was constantly unsatisfied with all of his teachers and roamed from one to another seeking inner fulfillment, went through literal starvation to finally find the middle way, lost his disciples who didn't understand him, and finally found enlightenment after sitting for a long period of time without rising for anything at all. The depth to which this cast him out of the local societal norms can only be hinted at by the Western mind. Having used these two familiar and rather extreme examples to begin with, I would like you to examine the people in your life that cause you to aspire to be like them. Ask yourself first why you want to copy their lifestyle, and then ask yourself how much you truly know about what they are experiencing. Every human being in a physical body in this earth is here for only one reason: experience. So long as a soul is inhabiting a physical vehicle, experience is the result. It doesn't make any difference what occurs or does not occur, where the person is located or with whom they live or are alone. It is all experience, that and only that. The significance you place upon what you believe they are experiencing is your personal projection regarding how much you wish you could be different. So you choose someone who looks like they might understand whatever aspect of your life you would like clarity on, and you fasten your attention upon them. If I could only have the peace, harmony, understanding, enlightenment, etc. that he or she has, all would be well, you tell yourself. You have no idea what that person has experienced to reach the state he or she is presently in, despite what you might think about it, which is always relative to you, and you have no way of knowing as you gaze upon them what they are experiencing in that moment. Remember, the teacher always teaches what he or she needs to learn. The teachings you are drawn to are the measure of your own desire for clarity in specific areas. If you find someone with whom you resonate, you can certainly learn from them. Simply don't mistake their teachings for an instantaneous life experience on their part that is going to be transmitted to you. They have traveled long and constantly to arrive at the moment in which you see them. So does it ever end? The answer is no, because the soul is infinite. So long as there is a soul, there is an experience to be had in or out of the physical body. Once you lay this body down, you will be in another form that is simply invisible to the human eye. You will have experiences, albeit not one so immersed within duality. Being human is a great adventure. The source choosing to incarnate in form in a dimension of free will wherein the consciousness enters to forget itself and then remember again. Watch yourself drop the obvious trappings that seem to bind you and find the subtle ones underneath. Those disappear and the awareness of other tiny attachments make themselves known. Release those to make way for further purity, clarity, silence within, infinitely. Know that the harmony you see in others belongs also to you when you are ready and willing to go the mile of experiences it takes to get to the place you so admire. If you will do so, you will soon realize that the person you hold in high esteem is simply a human being having an experience you aspire to because you believe it is not present within you. Accept that it is possible for you. Then you will see the two of you as equals and begin to get a hint of what it is to be awake.